me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing, otherwise known as that girl who's trying really hard to get her life together. It is a long, ongoing process, my friends. At the start of this year, I moved back in with my parents. I know, yikes. It's actually not too bad. My parents are a hoot, but the big issue is the lack of space, because now I am an adult person living in a child-sized room and I have way too much stuff for the amount of space that I have. I don't know what the long-term solution is for this, but I do know that for today, we're gonna have a little bit of a rejig of the space. I'm gonna organize this hot mess, and you're gonna come with me because misery loves company. Let's go! Where do we even begin with this? Let's start with the Alex straws. This side actually isn't too bad. We have, okay, well actually this drawer is pretty disastrous. This is meant to be my everyday drawer, so I should have skincare on one side and like medicines and tablets on the other, but it's kind of become a little bit overrun with a mismatch of things, so I need to organize that. I actually think the makeup drawers look pretty good. Ever since I've been doing my big makeup use up, I obviously have a lot fewer cosmetics, and so they fit into the space better. Honestly, could be better, could be worse, you know what I mean? What the heck is this? I'd like to quit now. The annoying thing about this last drawer is that it just doesn't close. At some point, something fell down behind the back of the drawer, and with these Alex drawers, you can't remove them. They don't come out. So once that happens, you're done. Remember when we were all so obsessed with having Alex drawers to put all our makeup in? Why? They don't close properly. You can't pull them out. And the foundation fingerprints on the white is a battle that I am constantly losing. I guess the only thing for this is to start emptying stuff out. My tip when you're organizing a bigger space like this, when you have a whole bunch of like mismatched items, is to get an empty box, and anytime you find something that doesn't belong in the space that you're currently organizing, just stick it in the box and then you can go back to it later, because otherwise you're gonna end up with a big pile of stuff that once you're done with all the organizing and you're tired and you just want to be finished, you still have that whole pile to deal with. And if you're anything like me, you just end up picking up that whole pile and like stuffing it under the bed. So at least if you put it all in a box, you can put it in a cupboard and say, I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. And that way you'll actually be able to make better decisions about where to put that stuff than if you try and do it when you're tired. But I'm probably gonna need a bigger box, just saying. The electronics situation is out of control. I have 2 boxes of electronics that I found in my drawers, and then I also knew that I had another 2 of these packing cubes full of electronics in my wardrobe. So what's going on with that? She is a woman of many plugs. I don't even own this camera anymore, so do I need the battery charger for it? No, I do not. Ooh, we're just gonna put all the travel adapters together. She's also a woman of many iPhones. Wonder if there's anything good on these though. Realistically, I'm gonna need a space to store electronics that I use on the day-to-day, and then a space to store electronics that I use infrequently. So I have this electronics storage packing cube thing. I had it for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's great. I think my mom got it from Amazon. If I can find it, I'll link it. But it has all these different compartments where you can store pretty much everything. And I think the best thing to do is just put my travel adapters and my spare like headphones and spare chargers in this, so anytime I need to travel, it's all already packed. I don't have to worry about packing chargers and stuff. She's thinking. Okay, drawers are done. I didn't go through every single one of them because I cleaned out all of my cosmetics drawers when I did that last makeup declutter. I just focused on the really messy ones. So this is looking way better. Now I have the skincare on one side, my daily medicines on the other, and then sunglasses, contact lenses, that kind of thing. And over here, I've divided things up into these little boxes. So I have electronics that I use on the daily. I have some stationery and just like bits and pieces in here. I have my weighing scales for Project Pan and then jewelry boxes at the back. And then look at this, a whole empty drawer. I'm pretty impressed with that. I've been getting rid of stuff as I'm going along, like throwing it into the bin, putting aside recycling, and also filling up my little box of stuff that does not belong. Now we're gonna move on to the wardrobes. This is the stuff that nightmares are made of. Look at that. Look! There are a few different things going on here, okay? Again, too much stuff for the space that I have. Also, this is just not a very convenient storage space because it's really deep, but it's not very wide. So I end up just putting things on top of one another because also I'm short. So it's really hard for me to actually access anything up there. And it sucks. Let's pull everything out and just see how it looks. Okay, these little pop-up drawer dividers from IKEA are the best. I've been using these since probably I was about 12 years old. They're great. They have a zip at the bottom, so you zip it and it holds its shape. But then if you don't need it right now, it folds flat and you can just store them and they don't take up any space. So I've used those to try and organize some of the stuff that I had up there. I've got one for like my little beach cover-ups. I've got one for my bikinis and beach towels, and then I've got one for my purses and my canvas bags. That should help to stop everything from being just like a mountain of mess.
Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
Is that actually any better? I don't really know. What I need is space to be able to hang up some of those bigger, like over the shoulder bags, but I don't have the space. So I guess that's what we're working with. I would like to maybe move this white box because then I'm gonna be able to have space to put this, which has all of my like tights in, because right now my longer dresses can't hang properly because the bottom of this wardrobe is just such a disaster. Oh, it just never ends. Okay, this shelf up here is a little bit better. I mostly have files. This is a big, heavy box of assorted junk. And then I actually have no idea what's at the back of this. Let's find out. I am getting hungry and I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, the good news is a bunch of this stuff can go in the attic, and I know that, and I say that with my chest because I just finished decluttering the attic and I already know exactly which boxes each of these things is going to go into, because a lot of it is like stuff for when I get my house, or it's sentimental stuff, or it's photos that I do eventually need to go and organize all the photos that I know where they need to go, and that makes me feel so good. And they will be out of my wardrobe, which also makes me feel so good.
Wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.
Okay, that seems so much better to me, but now most of the stuff that was up there is sprawled all over the room. It's fine. It's gonna come together because some of this needs to go into the attic, some of it needs to go to the charity shop, some of it needs to go in the bin. Trust the process. Okay, the almost final thing that I'm gonna do today is pull all the stuff out from under my bed. There is so much stuff just jammed underneath this bed because, again, lack of space. You need to take up every little millimeter of space you have in a room this size, and so I don't even know what's under there at this point, but I know it's a lot, and I know I'm not going to enjoy this. Can you believe that all of this fit under my bed? Oh my gosh. What's inside box number 1? A football pump. Don't need. My crystals! A full can of dry shampoo. Why is that under the bed? Okay. I hate when you're trying to organize stuff and there's just so many different things going on at once. I mean, I've got clothes, I've got makeup, I've got crystals, I've got candles, I've got everything. And it's almost overwhelming. One thing I hate, and this is a tangent that nobody asked for, but one thing I hate is every time you order a hair mask from Coco and Eve, they send you one of these little combs. I don't need this many combs. Nobody needs that. It's such a waste of plastic, and they're not even particularly good combs anyway. So I hate that. Is this chocolate still in date? Yes, it is. Don't judge me, this is an advent calendar. It's a penguin! I skipped lunch because I was too busy organizing all of this mess, okay? I am hungry. Great. I am flagging. But I'll show you what under the bed looks like now. It's so much better. So we just have the boxes under there like this, nice and tidy. Then up here, let me show you so far. I've got a bag for the charity shop. I've got all of this stuff that needs to go into the attic tomorrow. And then these two are recycling, and this one is just rubbish. I've gotten rid of quite a bit actually, which I wasn't expecting. I was literally just here to organize, not necessarily declutter, but it's a nice bonus. The last, and I mean last, area that I am tackling today is this little nook right here. This always gets so cluttered because it's really easy to just throw things down here when I don't have anywhere else to put them. So, this is the empties basket, and then a bunch of just like cards, papers, notebooks, pens, a little bit of everything really. Give this a little bit of a dusty dust. All of the notebooks and journals that I'm not currently using on a day-to-day basis, which is quite a lot. Oh my gosh, why do I have so many notebooks? Got my books here. These are all birthday cards that I have to give to people soon, so I may as well keep those to hand. My journal, my cash stuffing wallet, which I need to go lock away. I can recycle these now because I've read them all. Okay, that was really nice and easy. Here's my little box of things that don't belong, and I'm not going to deal with this right now. Actually, I'm going to take the whiskey stones downstairs and put them in the freezer. But other than that, it's like stuff that needs to go in the travel box, stuff that needs to go in the garage, stuff that needs to go in a bunch of different places, the sewing box, whatever. At this moment in my life do not have the energy to go around to 15 or 20 different places in the house and put all of this where it needs to go. So I'm gonna put it in the cupboard, and then tomorrow when I'm refreshed, I've eaten something more than an advent calendar chocolate, I'm gonna come back and I can tackle it then. And I just think that's way easier, because otherwise, like I said, I'm just gonna end up stuffing this under the bed or something because my patience is gone. Everything is definitely feeling a lot less chaotic now. It's not perfect. It is far from perfect, okay? I still feel like it's quite mismatched the way I have things. It's not totally organized the way I would want, but at least I can see everything now. At least everything is kind of presented in a way where at least it doesn't fall on top of me when I open cupboard doors. I literally just realized that I did not do that cupboard. And you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. All that I have in there is shoes, and I did go through and declutter my shoes quite recently. So maybe I'll just go and sort that out tomorrow. I just don't want to do it right now. I'm hungry. Remember that I love you all so much. You are enough just as you are, and I will see you next time.